What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an awesome week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares. Your support really does mean a lot for me, and it's keeping us growing. Well, at least spiritually. Sentence structurally, I have no idea. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I got it together, and I'm happy your higher self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, what I'm going to be doing this week is a tarot card reading for the week of December 11th through the 17th. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's get started. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are feeling good, just vibrations are fantastic, which is perfect because this week we are focusing on love. And however that's looking for you, Cancer, it's if you're looking for like a new relationship, if we're already in one, so I've made this spread to hopefully embody both of those things. So definitely take what resonates with you. I'll be pulling 9 cards for this and a good old surprise card at the end, and doing clarifications as need be. And in case you were curious, because you're probably like, back of that deck looks different, because it is. I just got this new deck just this past weekend, and I've been enjoying it so far. It's really awesome. It's called the Light Seers Tarot deck. Yeah, just the art on this is sick. So if you're curious about that, I included in the description box below for some links for that, for this deck, and others that I like using as well. So play around with that, Cancer. But without further ado here, let's get into your first card, which is going to be what this person is like. Your soul higher self. What is this person like that's coming in for Cancer right now? What kind of energy is this person embodying at this time? Let's see. This is like my favorite part, just seeing who's coming in for you. Yeah? Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Not a interesting start, Cancer. We have the 7 of Pentacles here. And so I feel like with this person, maybe they may not be the best investor. You know, the 7 of Pentacles is a card of having those investment skills, you know, thinking that long term. So this might be someone who's maybe, and you know, we're going to get a clarifying card on this, but I feel like maybe where they may not be someone who is maybe be like a good planner, or maybe one that thinks ahead. Maybe they're a type that, you know, they'll bring that kind of spontaneity into your life, you know, maybe kind of spark some freshness, you know, because it's good. It's one thing, you know, you want to make sure you're responsible, but every now and again, it's nice to kind of just sort of have something to just kind of shake you out of your routine, just to really kind of, to provide some variety into your life. But trust your intuition on this, Cancer. I feel like you could tell if this person needs to get it together or not. But let's clarify the 7 of Pentacles here, because that's an interesting start there. So higher self, can we clarify the 7 of Pentacles, please? Let's see what other energies this person might be bringing. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we have the 5 of Swords here. So I feel like this person may be at a place where, just like right now, they're dealing with some things. Maybe because they haven't been a good investor. Maybe on the outside, you know, we're portraying this like, you know, everything's all good, everything's all fine, but on the inside, there's this turmoil that's going on here. Because the Swords have to deal with intellectual matters, and so I feel like maybe with this person, well, we're gonna get some more, you know, let's go along with this journey. We don't necessarily, because maybe they just made a wrong move, or maybe just had like we don't know their story yet. But I do feel like this is someone who's possibly going through some healing here. Possibly could be some money things. So you know, if there are any red flags that are going off, Cancer, definitely trust your senses on this. And if we're in an existing relationship and there has been this like irresponsibility going on with finances, or, you know, it's got you in a kind of a weird place, it may be time to have some conversations about this, because, you know, eventually, if they're not dealing with this thing, that's going to bleed over into your realm. So let's let's keep that in mind, Cancer. But let's move on to the second card. Let's see how you'll meet, because there's got to be something here that might that at least sparks this interest. So let's see let's venture a little further down this rabbit hole. Higher self, what setting will Cancer meet this person at this time? Oh, and keep in mind, Cancer, too, this isn't a gender-specific reading, so we're just working with energies right now. But yeah, higher self, how would they meet at this time? How is it that? Oh, interesting. Okay. You got the Magician here. And so I feel like with this popping up, I feel like you're going to meet in a setting that I feel like it's going to be kind of a, I almost want to say a magical time, and I was just like really Justin the Magician. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's going to be something where, because we're talking about this person, so there's something here that I feel like there's a potential here. I feel like the setting that you're going to meet is kind of an unconventional one. I feel like it'll be somewhere like, let's say if you have like a pond that you like going to, or maybe like sitting out by the beach, or I'm getting like a body of water here. But something along those lines. I feel like it's not going to be like your normal traditional setting, like you're going to meet at a, and it's again, it could be because, finances are a little strained, but I feel like it's going to be something where this person, depending on how the date is planned, I feel like it's going to turn out a little more magical than I feel like you may have even anticipated. But let's clarify that just a little bit more, because this person is giving me some mysterious vibes here. So let's, higher self, can we clarify the Magician? Yeah, I just want to get a little more clarification on this energy. How will they meet? What is so magical about this space here? Let's see oh, Cancer. You got the Lovers here. So I feel like this is, there's going to be I'm getting a very passionate meeting. This is going to be something, I feel like it's going to be one of those things you can't explain. But, and you know what, this could be, I'm getting with this energy as of right now, because this combo right here is very strong Gemini energy. So keep that in mind. But I do feel like that this is, this could be more passionate than I feel like you had even anticipated here. There's some depth here, or at least something worth exploring. It might just be a physical connection. We'll see as we kind of move along. But I definitely feel like there's going to be something there that's catching your eye, Cancer. But let's go ahead and move on to your third card, which is going to be your first impression of them. Because this person, for me, is kind of it's a roller coaster here. We're up, we're down. Let's see what your first impression of this person is, Cancer. Oh, and you know what? If we've been in something for a little while, I feel like maybe this is kind of inviting us to maybe kind of breathe some romance back into your life a little bit. Because this is energy right here. I've been creating a loving space here, Cancer. I feel like there's, if things have been feeling a little kind of stale or kind of slowed down a little bit, I feel like maybe it's time to just kind of spice up the place a little bit. Maybe get some candles, play some soft music, set the mood, Cancer. But let's get to your third card, which is going to be your impression of this person. So higher self, what is the first impression of that Cancer gets from this person? What is it that, oh, yeah, oh, interesting. Okay. You got the Star card in reverse here. And so I feel like our first impression is kind of like how we started off here, where there might be potential somewhere in there. We're just not quite sure where that is, or that there's something here we can't quite put our finger on. Is what I'm getting with this energy here, Cancer. And this character, and this is a lot of big energy coming in, a lot of air energy coming through here as well. So again, I am getting some air vibes here. So definitely take that as it resonates. So yeah, I feel like this is going to be someone that. Maybe it's going to be like you see the potential in them, Cancer. There's just something, and there's something here. I feel like that at least piques your interest. That makes you want to explore this thing a little bit further. Can't quite can't quite place it, but sometimes, you know, the universe works in very mysterious ways sometimes. So let's move on to your fourth card here, which would be how they will affect you. So higher self, how's this energy affecting Cancer at this time? Let's see, how is this, yeah, let's see how, because this is interesting, Cancer. I'm right there with you. If we got like, who is this person here? What's going on? Okay, so you got the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you do. Got the Ace of Swords in reverse here. And I feel like right now with the Ace of Swords in reverse, I feel like what I was talking about here, something about this person has got you, we just don't have a clear read on them. I'm not sure if this is for good or for bad, Cancer, but there's something here that's is eluding you here. It's very, and I don't get like, I'm not getting like a trickster type of energy here. I'm getting just like, as of right now, I'm getting that there's just something about this person that we can't quite put our finger on here. There's higher self. Can we clarify the Ace of Swords? Let's see if we can get there. You know, let's because that is interesting. How would they affect you? Because I'm feeling that 100% Cancer. Just like, what? Who is this person? Let's get some eyes on this thing. But let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you got the Nine of Swords here. So I feel like with this, and you know what? I feel like with the Nine of Swords popping up with the Ace of Swords in reverse, I feel like it's maybe this situation here, whatever this Five of Swords energy, whatever this Seven of Pentacles, Five of Swords energy here, I feel like maybe we're trying to get eyes on that. You know, I feel like we want to, yeah, I feel like we want to figure out what that is, you know, because the Nine of Swords is about like, you know, there's something that's really plaguing your mind, and it's like you're sleeping and you're in a nightmare. You wake up, you're in that same nightmare. Brushing your teeth, nightmare. You know, it's just like it's something that's it's starting to, whatever this is, I feel like it's starting to kind of show up in our world here, and we're just trying to get eyes on it. So I'm getting you're trusting your gut here, Cancer. So, and I would too, you know, it's one thing, you want to be careful with this kind of energy here. You know, when things might be coming across all kind of hot and heavy right now, we can get sort of lost in the feelings here. And in Cancer, this is me coming from, my son's in Cancer, so I can say this. You know how Cancers can be. You know, we get to this place of sometimes where if we can't explain it, you know, but there's something there that we really love or that we really can see, we can attach on there real quick, you know, and really just fall in love. You know, I feel like Cancerians just love being in love and all that implies. But let's not let our you know, our want for love or our desire for love or passion or whatever that is cloud our judgment here. You know, we don't want to ignore this. You know, it's cute for a minute, you know, to be kind of wrapped up in this, but at some point the relationship is going to have to progress, and this is applying for both sides, whether you're in the new thing or you've been in something for a while. You know, once we're out of this honeymoon phase here, the relationship is starting. You know, the realness is kind of coming in, the everyday. So we want to make sure we got eyes on this thing, because this person could be really awesome, but if they're not dealing with this stuff, or, you know, we're just kind of using you, Cancer, essentially like as a distraction, we want to get eyes on that. So that's what I will leave. That's where I'll leave that at. You know, just make sure that we're tuning into our intuition there, Cancer. But let's get to your fifth card here, which is what kind of relationship it'll be. So higher self, what kind of relationship is this shaping out to be? What is it that, yeah, where is this relationship going to go? Yeah, I'm curious to see how this thing is looking. Okay, you got the Eight of Cups. And I feel like it could be, you know, that if this thing isn't dealt with, it may be time to either reestablish some boundaries or, or maybe even let this thing go. But I'm more so getting with the Eight of Cups in this situation is that I feel like I feel like there could be some good healing that can come from this. If this person is dealing with something, if you're in a good place, Cancer, again, you want to make sure that you have the capacity for this, that all of your cups and, ducks are in a row before we take on more. But I feel like that maybe there's that this person like wants to take steps to be better for you, but we also don't want it to get to a place of like codependency. And this again is for both, wherever part of in the relationship that you're in. If this person is taking the steps just because they want to be, I feel like they want to be better, they themselves want to be better, so I support that 100%. But if they get to this place of where it's like, Cancer, I can't heal without you, I need you, they put all that pressure and all that power on you, it's like, yo, this is where those boundaries come in, because that is a lot to put on a person. That's a lot of responsibility to put on there. Like, you can't heal without me. You need to figure that out, and that's not a judgment on them, but it's like, we got to be real with this thing, because Cancer, it's one thing to be there to help someone along their journey, but it's another thing to be doing the work for them, because you can tell them what to do or how to heal or all this stuff till the sun goes down, but if they're not putting in that work, none of that matters, Cancer. So just again, keep that in mind where we're going with this, because when you get into that sort of like codependent energy, it gets tricky. So let's get to, now we're talking about this stuff, let's get to the sixth option here, which is going to be some obstacles. Because with every relationship, of course, there's going to be some tiffs every now and again. So let's see, higher self, what are some obstacles that Cancer might be working with at this time? Let's see what possible hurdles that Cancer may be facing. Yeah? Okay. You got the Hermit in reverse. So this is what I was talking about. If this person is not taking the time and, doing that soul searching, doing that shadow work and finding out what the source of this energy is, I feel like it's going to have to be done. Because again, that's not a foundation to build on. Passion and romance, that's only going to fuel this fire for so long. At some point, we got to sit down and just be with each other, in the mundanity of relationships sometimes. And if your stuff is in turmoil right now, Cancer, that's going to affect you, and that's going to bleed over. And that applies for, whomever, however this relationships evolve, Cancer, if this is your person in this space, or if you get in this space, because water signs can have that tendency, if your person started off with this energy and you take this on as your own, and then you kind of get lost in that, especially being your intimate partner as well, that stuff, we're getting into murky waters, Cancer. So we need to make sure again that we're keeping boundaries. I feel like you and who else had something like the Sagittarius, I want to say, had something where boundaries are, and really everybody, that goes for every sign, but definitely for you, Cancer, I'm getting in, that's the message that I'm getting so far with this thing, is that making sure that we're communicating how we feel, and that, that we got eyes on this, and we have eyes on this healing here. But let's get to your seventh card here, which is going to be the outcome. So, higher self, what is going to be the outcome of this situation? Where is this, at the rate we're going, what is a possible outcome for Cancer here at this time? Yeah? Okay. I like that. You got the Knight of Wands here. And this is a card of, for me, it's about taking action. It's about, and celebrating in that action. So I feel like, and maybe too, maybe we need to think of some creative ways to deal with this energy here. If this is something that you've decided to take on, and we're going through this thing together, we can get some ways to figure this thing out. But as long as we're taking action, and I feel like on both sides, depending on who's ever in this energy at this time, as long as we're taking action, and we're taking action for ourselves, because if you're doing it for you, then that's going to show that you're doing it for me. I don't need you to tell me that you're doing this thing I don't want you to do it for me. I want you to do it for you, because that shows me that you care about yourself. And if you care about yourself, then of course you can care about me. But, if you can't do it for you get what I'm saying, Cancer? If that person can't rise up for themselves and take care of themselves, how are they going to rise up for you? So I feel like that's something, as long as we're making sure we're taking that action. And I do feel like I give strong emphasis on that for yourself. Then that I'm with 100% Cancer. And again, you're in a safe space here. It's judgment free. I can't tell you what to do at the end of the day. No one can tell you what to do with this energy. But if you want my 2 cents, that's where I feel like if we want to keep this thing kind of healthy, that's my advice with that. But let's go ahead and get to your 8th card here, which is going to represent how this will ultimately affect you here. Because now we've kind of gone through some things. We've got we've got sort of a game plan mapped out. We were a little confused, but now we're getting some clarity here. So how will this ultimately affect Cancer at this time, higher self? How will this energy affect Cancer? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you got the 7 of Wands in reverse. So I feel like with this, that's a tough one, Cancer, because I feel like this could wane on your confidence. It could be to where it might get to this place of where if we haven't established boundaries, I feel like maybe our soul tribe might have some opinions on this. Maybe they're seeing how they're taking advantage of you, or maybe seeing how maybe this is starting to turn into like a toxic thing. We're getting to that codependency realm. And I feel like this is going to be, I feel like could potentially be some critiques, or there could be that's intuitively what I'm getting with this thing, is that there's going to be a lot of opinions on this thing, and your confidence is going to be put into question here. But let's get a little more clarification on that. Higher self, can we clarify the 7 of Wands, please? Yeah, let's get a little more on that, because I feel like there's I feel like our confidence is ultimately being affected in this thing. You got the Tower in reverse here. So I feel like this is something where, yeah, honestly, I feel like with this energy, if this is something that is ultimately ignored, you know what happens when you ignore a Tower moment. It's going to be one of those things. This change is going to happen regardless. But if we're ignoring, I feel like if we're ignoring our, not even just like our advice from our friends, but if we're like, those who you hold really close. But I feel like if we're even kind of ignoring the truths that we're telling ourselves, it's like, oh, well, this thing is like, yeah, well, this has been kind of tough, but like, I'm strong enough, I can power through this, I can give a little bit more of myself and give a little bit more. That's going to lead to, you're resisting the change, Cancer, where we're getting to this place of where it's eventually something's going to give, is what I'm getting with this energy here. So just, again, no one can tell you what to do in this situation here, but it's just something to be mindful of. But that's what I'm getting with that. But let's move on to your last card here, which is going to be what you will learn from this situation here. So higher self, what are some lessons that Cancer can get from this situation at this time? What is it that, what are some lessons here that Cancer can learn from this? Yeah, okay. The Sun, and I like that. That's a very strong finisher, because here's what I feel about that. I feel like this is one of those things when you've let's shift back over here. When you've focused on your boundaries, when you focused on what you're okay with, and like in being very, I feel like in being very very truthful with that, like what you're okay with, what you're not okay with, and sticking to your guns on that one. I feel like that is going to be that, even whether this thing works or not, that you stuck to your guns, you did what made you happy, because like that's what I was saying with like at the beginning, this is not, it's one thing to help this person along in their journey, but you can't do the work for them. This is something that they have to want to deal with, and, they have to take those steps. So you got to, at the end of the day, you know, it would, and you don't have to, you know, but I would, I feel like it would be to your benefit to consider, you know, if we're not happy in this situation, what would make you happy? And if it's letting this thing go, if it's establishing new boundaries, just as long as you're doing for you, Cancer, that's what ultimately matters at the end of the day. So I'll leave that there. Hopefully, excuse me, hopefully that made sense there. But let's do all the YouTube things. Like, you know, hit share, you know, share with your friends, or if you have maybe someone who's going through this energy, you know, share that with them, you know, spread that good you know, those good vibrations around, Cancer. Follow me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook doing just actively posting. Check out my other channel, The Chariot and Friends, where I talk about all things Cancer. We talk about our ruler, what phase she's in, what sign she's in, when she's void of course, just all the lunar shenanigans, Cancer. So that's definitely check that out as well. But let's go ahead and get your, I think that's all the housekeeping things I have to tell you. Let's get your surprise card so I can get you out of here. Four of Swords. And I'm absolutely Four of Swords. Because I feel like with this popping up, going through this is exhausting. You know, this is, and I mean, not even in the sense of just like, oh, but kind of, you know, like it's a lot to take on, you know, and I feel like this is asking us to make sure that we're resting, you know, because remember the swords have to deal with mental stuff, so we want to make sure that we're resting our brain, you know, when we're navigating these feelings for however long, you know. Rest up, Cancer, because we don't make our best decisions, and I mean just in general don't make really the most mindful decisions when we're not taking care of ourselves. So definitely make sure you're doing that, okay? You can never empress too much, you know. Make sure we're self-care. But I think that's all I got for you, Cancer. Stay safe out there. Keep raising that vibration. And I will catch you on the next one later.